All right there, ladies and gents. Okay, a couple of quick ones coming out from me now in the next hour or two, hopefully. First one, probably won't interest many of you because many of you won't be interested in this sport, but it's a story that goes way, way, way above sport. Guy called Daniel Anderson. Many of you might not have heard of him. He's a rugby league coach from Australia, an Australian guy who came over here to Great Britain a few years ago to coach St Helens and did fantastically with them. Heard something last night whilst watching the rugby league at half time, I think it was, saying they've got the inspiring documentary on Daniel Anderson on at 10:15 after what is a massively, massively serious accident that he suffered in the last few months. I thought, well, I'll take that. I thought, but I'd never heard anything about it. I mean, it's crazy. St Helens is probably the closest Super League team to my club, and I thought I kept up with things, and he's had this horrible accident in December of last year, sort of 7 months ago, and I'd heard nothing about it. Anyway, taped it last night, watched it today, unbelievably inspiring, an unbelievable programme. On the back of Kevin Sinfield and Rob Burrow and what we're seeing there, it's just brilliant. I mean, honestly, folks, I mean, many of you won't know rugby league. It's a very much northwest-based game, but it's a fantastic game, and they're proper athletes and they're hard men, and how they cope with some things is absolutely beyond me. It really is inspiring. I might get upset now. I don't want to get upset. I did it the other week on camera with Kevin Sinfield and Rob Burrow. But I watched it. I've put the bins on because I had a couple of things there, a couple of notes. I mean, he came over to Britain in 2005, I think it was. Won 3 big trophies with St Helens, the Challenge Cup. That's probably our second biggest trophy. 3 years on the bounce. He was made Coach of the Year by the BBC, which I don't remember. I didn't know that in I think 2007. The only time a rugby league coach has ever been made Coach of the Year, because we're such a small sport, we don't get the recognition we deserve, unfortunately. Then he's gone back to Australia to coach, and he's been successful throughout the years. Anyway, he had this accident in December of last year. I think he's surfing. A wave has tumbled him over. He's fell badly at the bottom of the seabed, and he's compressed his spine. I think he's broke nothing, fractured nothing, but compressed his spine. And he's become from that, I think it's a quadriplegic. I think it is. I may have it wrong. I could write all the details down and go into them, but I've not done that. But it's an half an hour programme. If you get the chance to watch it, it's on Sky. Honestly, watch it. It is so inspiring, I can't tell you. What a hard man, what a great man. He gets visited in hospital by an old legend of the game called, is it Nathan? Nathan Hindmarsh. What a wonderful mate he is. Great guy. They stick together, these rugby league boys. But honestly, an absolutely fantastic thing to see. What I would say is, if everything's going great in your world and everything's nice and bonny, just watch that as a reality check, because that's the other side of things, and that's how things can go. If, however, you've got problems in your life and things aren't going great and you think maybe the world's against you, just look at that and you might find that somebody's in a slightly worse spot than you, and it might just inspire you to kick on that extra day or two. But honestly, it's wonderful stuff, just wonderful stuff. I would recommend anybody watch it. You know, whether you like rugby league or not, watch it. It's brilliant. It just does show sometimes what the human spirit can do. The next one's going to be about Schofield, so that'll be a bit more light-hearted than this. Okay, thanks for watching anyway. Oh, by the way, thank you to the 9. You won't know what that means yet, but you will later, because I'm going to put a short video up about the 9, which weirdly happens to be my favourite number, though why I don't know. It's never done me any good.